All right, guys, we're towards the end of this project here. So let me just do troubleshooting 101. So, what are the key things about rewiring this entire thing? So I replaced all the rotators. They had all cracked gears. Let's see if I can grab one real quick. See how the gears cracked on the bottom? So in order to get these out, you gotta remove that inside lock. This slides out, replace the gear, put another reflector screen on it. Some are more reflective than others, and that's because the mirror reflection is not right. I haven't polished them yet. One thing at a time, man. So today we're going to talk about this. This is a military connector. You buy them online. The things you got to know about is, number one, how many pins. This is a 10 pin. The other important thing that's kind of important, hold on, is what size pins. So these, I think, are 20 gauge. So you can go online and you can order a 10 pin. Make sure you get the female set and the male set. This will, of course, be on the wire that's down there. You take it apart, solder it on there, put heat shrink on it, and this will go in the truck. So number one, you got to know what gauge pins. I bought a couple 10. I'm not sure where they are, but they're for like phone cable, 22 gauge. Not going to work. You're going to need something bigger. These draw a lot of amps. Even with the LEDs, we're still talking 4 amps. A pin that size can probably take close to 10. Some of them I used to split the wires in between the center two to run the rotators, but I think I'm okay with this setup. So this is a military plug. They all unscrew. You kind of need both parts to get it unscrew. That way you don't leave any tool marks on it. They're all going to have the solder connections like this. You're going to start on the bottom, solder it on the top. You'll see they have these lips. So that's where you're going to put the soldering iron on the bottom and melt it. It does help to tint it. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but if you can get the old solder with flux in it and lead, this will be a lot easier than using the new stuff with the dry cold solders, because nothing's worse when you go to connect it and it doesn't work. The other one I was going to do was the troubleshooting. I went through the pigtail and the left light wasn't working, the left tail light. So the first thing I did was take apart here and make sure that it was still plugged, because this is the last deck I put together. All the intersection goes through this deck because there's a gully underneath. However, the wire comes in this deck, which there's nothing wrong with this deck, except I still had to rebuild it because I still had to rebuild it. Found out being that the bulb on that side in the rotators. All right, so the rotators in here, see how bad this is? How corroded it was? So the bulb hits these little edges here, and that connects the ground. If you don't... see the little notch there? That's the negative for the bulb. Where the bulb has to touch it, and if it doesn't go through here or makes a bad connection there or there, you won't get it. How did I know it was a bulb issue? When I put my power probe on there, when I touched the wire, it didn't come out with a ground. The ground will feed this, the positive feeds here. And that's how I figured out that the bulb, so I just had to jiggle it and clean the connection. Now it works fine. So this will penetrate into the hull of the vehicle or the body. Usually on the trucks, I put it down below, in between the bed and the truck. I've gone through a couple of these over the years. I connect all my ones instead of putting that monkey snot or elephant snot or whatever they call it to seal into the police cars. Modern day police cars, literally they cut a hole, put a pipe in there, like PVC pipe, and then just put the monkey snot around it and they call it good. I'll run the wire and plug it in so I can use the factory harness and the factory wiring to do what I need to do in it. I also run my antennas the same way and everything else. Anytime you do penetrate, you want to put a plastic grommet, because if you don't, the vibration of the truck can cut right through that sharp edge and cut into your wire, causing shorts, antenna malfunctions, all kinds of stuff. And if you don't do it right, at least in RF, you could end up frying your radio. It's not just a thing. So that's where we are right now. I just want to give you an update. We're almost done to completion. I need to figure out how to mount this on the LMTV. If you guys have any suggestions, send me a heads up. But that's what we're going to end up doing. And I'm going to use a punch out to replace this one with the 2-wire one that's existing in there, because I can't get enough amperage through the pins that the military supplies. Plus, this now has 10 different functions. Just going through, we have 6 rotators. The far ones are slow, followed by fast, 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 fast. I did get a bunch of stuff from LIGHTBAR's LLC.com. I got some bulbs, the LED bulbs, which are a lot better than I got these at the white ones I got at Camping World. They suck. They're just not as bright. So I kept the 2 takedowns here and put those on the side to lower the amperage. These are great. I just don't have time to wait for them to come in. If it becomes an issue, I'll take it apart and replace the 2 outer bulbs again. Money's kind of tight right now because of what happened with my job being poisoned. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm trying to get this out of the sleeping area so my wife can sleep without tripping on wires. But I give credit to my wife where credit's due. She does let me get away with this stuff with the rain. So, so this is LIGHTBAR Tom. And, so if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be posting this probably on Tuesday. And then we'll give you a more updated thing on the LMTV upgrades. Talk to you later. Bye.